Leo.
Hello Leo, this is your astrological forecast for 2016. This month we have the Sun, Mercury, the New Moon, and Venus all traveling together in your 12th house, which normally rules our subconsciousness, our hopes, our dreams, as far as our inner spirituality and where we navigate by intuition. So this focus here, it's more for you since the rest of the year you're out and about in the chart at all. That's all those public areas, but the 12th house is a very personal, private, inner area. It's more like the time to have a walkabout spiritually. Time to focus within, listen to what is important to you. And it's more recharging your battery as well. Great time to go to the spa and do those things where you just can feel that you're letting go of the whole last year as you are now preparing for what is to come from August onward, here when the planets rise above your horizon and into your first house for your sun sign. So we always kind of wrap it up. It's like the rest station before we start and reboot all over again. Now the beauty is that that new moon here in the 12th house, for you it will be on 4th of July. And what a day to have a new moon where we have the black sky as a backdrop to all the celebration for all those fireworks going off. But don't forget though that this is also the day, 4th of July, to put down your intentions for the coming month and also for the coming year. The new moon won't come into this area before next year, approximately the same time. And so your intentions should all be about feeling how you're feeling here on this very day of July 4th, that you are a little bit more like tuning into your inner self. Promise yourself that you intend to pull back and enjoy that inner meditative state. It's so important because that is where we recharge from time to time. So you want to do that, and it's 12 degrees in Cancer, so anywhere else you have planets at 12 degrees, it will be beamed by this new moon. And the new moon is always all about new beginnings, right? Talking about the moon, the full moon this month will be July 19th. For you, this is in the area of the 6th house, which has to do with your day-to-day work, routine, your health, your projects, maybe dieting and working out. So here this area is going to be illuminated. So on the 19th you will see what really works for you. It will give you a perspective of what you want to continue doing and maybe adjusting things that you might now see that it has fulfilled its purpose so that you can move forward with new inspiration. So 27 degrees, any other planets in your chart will also be illuminated here by the full moon and activate those areas in your life. But we have such a gorgeous month ahead. June was a little tricky for many people due to the transits and the aspects, which could have been a little challenging. This month we have a pretty great month. Lots of energy where you can just expand, unfold. There is a lot of new beginnings here this month. However, though, there's just one day, and we'll get back to it, which is July 7th. This is when we might hit a little snag this month, but more when I get back to the 7th, but keep a note of it. On the 1st, we have Venus, which is love and romance, money, those things that you hold close to heart. It's in a beautiful aspect to Jupiter, which wants to expand with its generosity. It's that happy-go-lucky energy. So romantically, this is a key day. And money-wise, well, both Venus and Jupiter can represent money, so it could be a great money day as well. On the 3rd, I see you being very intuitively in touch with a vision that's coming in. And I'd like to say, note it down in your notebook or journal, because you might not be able to act upon it or expand upon it here on the 3rd, but it's one of those things that has longevity, long-term, and so it could be weeks or months before you act on it, but you know, every once in a while we get those full downloads And this vision, which Neptune rules, is something that you can place on your horizon. And on everybody's horizon, we always have things lined up. And that is what pulls us forward in life, right? So this is one of those things that you can plant on your horizon. I'm feeling that for you, this pretty much can activate not just your creativity through intuition, which it is because it's between the 8th and the 12th house. Water houses are always very intuitive and emotional too. But I'm also feeling that it has to do with creativity. Now on the 6th, I see you being really busy, and this is a date that you want to circle on your calendar if you're wanting to go out and about with your partner. If you're married or in a relationship, this is very romantic. Venus and Mars together. You will have a great time. If you're single, Leo, well, don't sit at home, because right now you're radiating. You have that magnetism that can just draw people to you. So you might, you don't know, maybe meet Mr. or Mrs. Right. So the 6th is beautiful. There is a lot of action. But here we come to the 7th, the day of caution. And this is because Mercury, the Sun, and Venus, which has to do with us, our mental stage, our emotional stage, is up against Pluto, it's up against Uranus. We might just feel that we have a very short fuse on that day. Or it could be people around you having a very short fuse. You know, every once in a while out in traffic, you can see people really on their horns being aggravated, right? It's like that. So it's not a day to get into anything of depth or importance, because it won't really go anywhere, and it can end with words that one can regret. So lay low. Not long. On the 8th through the 10th, much better time, because here I see this beautiful energy, which is very enthusiastic, uplifting, joyful, and I see that it feels like everything is possible to talk about, because the energies are being received in the way that you want them to be. So this is a time for you to expect that doors can open up, new possibilities. I'm feeling that the enthusiasm is very catchy. I see you laughing, and that's always a sign that things are moving in the direction you want it to be. Your physical energy is picking up. Mars was retrograde, like I said, there in until very late June, last couple of days. But now you can start seeing that you can take hold of a few projects that you wanted to do, but they kind of like just fizzled, and then they were left on the back burner here in May and June. But now it's not just your physical energy is up, but you're in fact wanting to get on with it. You are wanting to see things done. So I love seeing that. You're going to be able to speed up through this entire month to finalize those projects, either upgrade or what it could be, because shortly it's going to go into the sign of Sagittarius in your 5th house, and you're going to be very busy with creative projects and work and so forth. Love and romance as well, but more about that next month. This is the month to get things done. Mars is not going to revisit your home area for another 2 years. So if you need to paint the house or dig a hole in the yard for a pool, whatever it is, get it done this month for your own sake. If you do it at any other time, not saying you can't, but it will constantly compete with where your energy elsewhere is needed. But right now you have that slice of the pie that you can actually focus on and have undivided attention. So yes, then here we have the 19th, 20th, 27th, the rest of the month. I feel you are bringing out your inner sense of authority. What you know, what you feel, your expertise. There might be somebody coming to you also in this area. Saturn being in the 5th house for projects, creative projects, self-expression. It also rules the area of children and romance. So I'm feeling, since Saturn is retrograde, there could be something from the past coming in, connecting. That might be the deal, but it's something that I feel really holds a future chance, because it's in the sign of Sagittarius, and Sag loves to look at the future possibilities and so forth. So whatever this is, I feel there's a good communication coming in. where the two of you might be able, whoever it is, be able to have some good communication as far as how to ground the basis of whatever project, and it's fair to both sides. Venus and Saturn are together here on the 20th. Venus rules money, things that you hold close to heart. It's the creative aspect too in this creative field. And here too, I feel that you can assure, secure whatever it is. If it's contracts, which it could be, Mercury rules documents, Venus rules money, Saturn rules agreements and solidifying some agreements. And what I love about Saturn is Saturn will work for longevity. So whatever project this could be, it really has a hold for several years to come. On the 27th, feedback could come to you, and I see some very interesting news. This could be a text, a phone call, or it could be face-to-face, but whatever it is, Uranus is coming in from the 9th house. This has to do with foreign people, foreign places, countries, whatnot. Anything that is at long distance from where you're at. And the news will be hitting home here to the first house, which is you. So you and your interaction with foreign people at this time is really good. Hopefully it's something that's going to stick to what you had as assignments and contracts there a little bit earlier. Anything from the 16th onwards, but the 27th is like the green light is on. So I think that will just, bring a lot of joy your direction there, Leo. So listen, your July forecast for the tarot, you can find it here by clicking the I button, the information button up below, no, up above, I'm sorry. And it's right there. It will take you to the playlist so you can easily find them. But below you can also find a link so you don't have to go searching on YouTube for it, just for your convenience when you want to go listen to your moon and rising sign. So listen, I'll see you in August. In the meanwhile, have a good one. Bye now.